Hello everyone. Hi. Thank you for joining me for this painting. Just wanted to say hi before I turn the camera to the canvas, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm going to show you something if you're using an old canvas, what you can do. So I'm just going to switch back over here. Sorry about that. I hope you don't get motion sickness. Okay. So this is our painting today. Hi, Linda. And this is the canvas, the first canvas I used when we did the birch trees. I still have the original. I'm just reusing my old canvas every time we paint because I don't want two of each. So what I did, it was very thick. So I sanded it with a 80 grit sandpaper. And then I used 120 to go over it. And when I got here, it was very thick because of the moon. I didn't want to damage my my canvas. So I took a rag and I put it under. So when I was sanding, everything was even because this has a wood frame in the back. So I was able to sand it properly without damaging the canvas. And also, sometimes these canvases, the canvas will stretch and they'll come very loose, and you'll see it because you can almost, your finger, it really goes down. So what you do, you take a spray bottle of water, you mist the back, not wet that it drips, but wet enough, and you let it dry. I did it 2 times on this canvas because it was unbelievable how loose it was. And look how it came back. It shrank back. So now I can use it because I wouldn't have been able to use it this morning. Okay, that was my tip of the day. So now let's go. Let's start. I just want to make sure that everything is aligned properly, that I see what you see. Sometimes I can find it, and other times I can't. Let me go back in here. Okay. Okay, so let me go home. Sorry guys about this. I just wanna, if I go watch, no, I'm gonna go home. Hi sis. Bonjour Lise. Lise Breton, bonjour. Okay, so je vais dans mon news feed. Okay, we're gonna start. If I see it, hopefully I'll see it. So we're gonna load our paints right away. So I'm starting with the purple. Just let me know, guys, if I'm off-centered or something that you can't see. I'll put my glasses on because I won't be able to read what you guys are saying. Bon vendredi, Lise. Lise Breton. Okay, so loading the purple. My pale blue. Just beside it. Give it a little room. So here we go. I might have to reload. But why our painting is really nice, because I use the same colors everywhere. The background colors are the colors of the flowers. They're colors of the fairies. So that's why this is, pleasing to the eye. Okay. I'm using the light patina. It's a patina, but it's a light aqua. So about the same thing as the others. Some colors I've had for years, so they're a little bit more watery. My light pink, well, this is like a bubblegum pink. So you have to be very careful with this one because it gets overwhelming fast. Okay, my pink. I'm going to use yellow. I didn't put yellow in the background of the other one, but I will with this one here. So yellow. So my yellow. The orange. It's a light orange. It's called Vivid Orange from Folk Art. And guys, use the colors that you want because we're using white to mix to do the background. So your colors will get lighter because my purple is dark. So here's this is the Apple Orchard. It's a very light green. See, when you see this here on top, take it off. Your paint's going to flow better, come out. Okay, so here we go. I have all the colors. And by the way, you guys see the opposite. Right now I'm sitting on the left, you guys see me on the right. So it's a mirror image because I'm using the front of my camera on myself. And that's why it's like that. But it doesn't matter the way you see me, just letting you know. Okay, so I put in quite a bit of white because all these colors we're reusing over and over. So this time, usually, I also want to say why I use a palette knife to do my backgrounds. It's because it's a one-shot deal. You know, there's no having to put coat over coat over coat. We don't have time for that when we're doing online like that. Or even when I do in-person classes, that's how I do it. So it's it works really well. But this time we're not doing a thick coat. I didn't even use the hair blower. So we start with the white. Look, not very much white. It's very little white. And I will start with my purple. So my purple. And I'm going to start here. And then my canvas still has a bit of roughness in it, so it might not quite look like yours. But see, I'm not putting a lot on. I might have because there's a... So I'm reloading again. I'm going to go into this purple again because I have a bigger canvas. Like this is a 9 by something. You see how it stays light? So I'm going to reload my white again. And I'm going to go into the pale blue because I want to mix the colors. So see, and I'm going into the purple a little bit. I want to mix this up. I don't want it to be even everywhere. So I'm going back into the white. So this is not very thick. So I took maybe a little too much white. So again, the white. I'm going into the aqua. And here we go. Going up. And I'm gonna go in here. See what it does? So I'm gonna have like multi-color. It's kind of what I did here. And I went over it. And it's okay if you have, like, look, there, that's my painting knife that did that. That's okay because it barely shows. Once it's dry, it barely shows. I might have to use the hair blower here. Whoops, look at that. Okay, I'm going into the pink. I'm going to put a little bit more pink. I might be putting a little more pink than you guys, just because my canvas is bigger. And I want to, it's okay if some areas are light, and look at that. I see my canvas in the back because the dark blue was so much. I'm going to go into the yellow, pick up some yellow. Like I said, I didn't use it on the other one. You can use the colors that you want, the sequence that you want. It's your creations. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going back into the purple. I'm going to add the orange somewhere else. So going back into my purple. Be careful so that it doesn't get muddy. Bonjour Marie-Rose. Hi Sylvie. Bonjour, Anna. Hi, Tara. So I'm just saying hi to the people that are there, so I want to acknowledge them. Happy you guys are able to be here. So see, it's a coat on top of the other, and that's, I'm almost kind of hiding where the yellow starts or where the other one starts. And this is a great painting when we do the flowers for people who shake. That it's perfect. So now I'm going to go with a little bit of orange. Like I say, I redid the painting again because my first one is sold and I wanted one for myself. And I redid it. So don't try to get exactly what I had because I cannot even get that. I cannot even reproduce that like the first one. So, you know, don't try to do exactly like I do is the idea. So see, I'm going here. And the colors won't be like the other one. I'm not doing it like the other one. It's impossible. So I'm going into the aqua, always a little bit. If you guys have questions or something, you can ask. And I will try to answer you. See, I'm going, and look, I picked up some pink. That's okay. What is nice is, what I like also about a palette knife, it's not perfect, which is great because there's no brush strokes. And to me, it's very important. I find it more freeing not to use a paintbrush in this instance. That's really cool. Different colors. I'm going to go back in my purple because that's what I want. I want purple in the corner here just because. No reason. Okay. This here, it just adds another dimension from under my canvas. So now let's keep going. Bonjour, Francine. Okay. So now here, I'm not going to start back with the purple. I'm going to start, I think I'll go with the yellow, just because. And you'll see a brush, a painting stroke here. You'll see that. I started too low. Look at that. Our grass is gonna hide a lot of this stuff. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the lime green, a little bit of lime green, and I'm going to go put it here. See, I see all the colors, but there's that green in there. I'm going to go put some green. So load again your white. Not too thick. I'm not going like that thick. And I took just a tad of green. See, so it gives me dimensions. That was not. I'm going to go pick up some orange again. I'd like it here a little bit more orange. So take my white again. Take some orange. I'm going to be careful not too much orange. So I want to hide that. And look at that. I'm going to leave it like that. I like seeing spots that are darker than the other one. That's exactly what happened here. Look, darker pink. Here it's darker. The orange pops here. And the purple. And if you overmix, you're going to get mud. It's going to look like mud. Is the picture centered, guys? Can someone answer me that? Because I can't see myself on the computer for some reason or another. So I'm going to go back here with maybe the orange again, because it's far from that one. Hi, Riley. Yes, okay, Sylvie, thank you. So here I'm going, say it doesn't matter that you see the stroke, but let me get that. Oh, look at what I did. Be careful. Orange and purple makes brown. So here, if I blend it too much, it's going to go purple. It's going to go brown. So I'm going to grab some blue. See, I'm kind of choosing from what has already happened here, what I want, where. So you guys are going to see it. Like, because there's pink there, I don't want pink to go down more. I want another color. So I decided to go with my blue. You guys might decide to go with the aqua, which would also be okay. It's just a matter of preference. And I'm going to go in. Now, this is already almost dry. See, I'm going over. And I'm going to flip pretty soon. I'm going to do this here, and then I'm going to flip. So pick up some white again. And I'm going to go pink. Pick some pink up. Oh, look, I even picked some aqua, which is, it's fine. Look. This is what's nice, is that you don't have much control when you use the palette knife. And that's perfect. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of white, just so that it's not that. Okay. More white. I don't want this to turn into just a dark painting. Okay. Pick up some white again. Now we're going to go here. I'm going to go purple because I don't have much purple here. So I'm going purple. Whoops. That's a lot of purple. I don't want too much purple. Sorry, guys. Okay. So here we go. And a lot of these strokes will be hiding with the grass. See? And you can hear me. Usually I tell you be gentle, not to go gentle, because we want thick paint, and now you can. Like, I expect to hear that, you know? Okay. More, I'm going with the lime green again. My lime green. And the lime green we're going to use as the first base for our grass. See, I'm going over. Because there's no rules. Isn't that fun? Something you can do without rules. Nobody's going to say anything because you're doing it the way you want. Yes, Anna, it's very cool with a palette knife. That is what I love the most. I'm gonna go orange. See, I kind of look what's there, and from there I decide, you know, what's gonna go next. I want to hide this. There'll be some grass, tall grasses here. That's a bit dark, so I'm gonna add some white. It's almost like an Easter painting. Okay. And then once you're done, don't forget to do the edges. I don't, because I'm using this canvas all the time. Every time. I'm reloading with the white. Okay, reloading my white. Here I'm going to kind of keep it green because look, it's green. And then we're going to add dimension with the grass. So reloading the white. Well, not that much because I don't want my white, my green to go too much high, because then, you know, I don't want my green to end up here. I would like actually to end up about here, because when I put my grass, then we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be higher. So I'm gonna start here. And I'm gonna stay, oh, should have added my color. I just added white. So here we go. You know what, when I paint, I get so much in the zone that I don't know what I did first and what I did after. So I kind of have to go with it, go with the flow. So see what I did? I'm going into the other color. This one, look how beautiful that is. So I'm reloading the paint. There's Jeanette. So I'm reloading the paint. Not much. There's a bit of orange that got in there, and that's okay. I won't fuss about it. It's just going to give me a dimension. And here we go. So I'm hiding, trying to hide. See, I want that because when I do my grass, it's just going to help my grass to just flow. Adding some green again, if I can pick it up. Here's my green again. Like I say, you guys are going to pick up, depending on the size of your canvas, how much green and how much white you're going to pick up. This is, I think, a 9.5 by 11.5, I think it is. I didn't remeasure. So, picking up again. Here I might, do that. And as you see, I'm not putting a lot of paint. It's not a... Merci Jeanette, c'est toutes des couleurs. It's all light colors that I was inspired to use this time. You know, it's fairy time, so they like all kinds of colors, and what came to me was light colors. I think because it's spring colors and just help us put us in the mood, because we have so much snow. Snow just doesn't want to go. Okay, here it's, you know what I just did is I went up like that. It's okay because I have tall grasses here that we're gonna put. See? And what I'm gonna do is pure green and just go like that, using the rest of my green. More pure green. It's just going to help me when I do the grass. Okay. A lot of this is going to disappear. Look what I'm going to do. A little bit of white, a little bit of green, and look, very, very lightly touching it, hiding just that. There we go. So I can play with it because it's still a little bit wet. Not too much. Don't want to get too fussy. Time to do some grass. Done. I actually am done with this palette knife. So, the grass. What I want to start with is a medium grass, which is my grass green. So if you look, it's a medium compared to the light one I've just used. And also we will be using the dark one because in order to see your lights, you need your green. So see, I have dark green, but I started with the medium over the light. So that's what I'm going to do. It's wet. It's okay because I'm going to put both dark and medium on my palette. So this is really fun to do grass, and it's very easy to do grass. I shall show you. So this is called a script liner brush. I will compare it. I'll show you to compare with this one here. This is a number 1 round. You see how short the bristles are? So this one here is you use it to do grass and a whole bunch of stuff with it. And what we do is we put a lot of water in the script liner brush, and I'll show you right now. So I'm going into my water. I'm just going to move this a little bit so I can have my water closer. Move that. So full of water. So I'm going to go here, and you see I'm grabbing the paint, rolling it into the paint, and rolling it, and rolling it till it's full. But it has to be watery. I'll show you once if there's not enough water what it's going to do. And all you do is you go like that. Circle. So I don't have much water, so you can't see very much. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to go into my dark green because this is not dry. So I'm going to go into the dark green. Oh, the white came in too. See, I'm loading, and here we go. And I'm not starting at the bottom to do these here. See, I'm starting right there. It's that easy to do grass. Okay, keep going. And then I go in around. And you see this thick one? Because I don't have enough water. So I'm going to go in again and turn. And look at that. And very light pressure, actually. Like I'm barely touching. You see, sometimes I touch, sometimes I don't touch. That's because I'm going so light. And I'm loading again. See, I always go back in my water and reload. Here I want lots there. I'm reloading again. And don't stay at the same place, work in different places so that you can see your layers. Because if you work at the same spot, you're going to get a whole bunch there and it's not going to flow anymore. This here, it's okay. It's a blade of grass. Grass is not thin, So reloading again. And here we go. Make some straight ones too. Grass is not always on the side. And go. And I'm going to go like everywhere. See, now I can go further with my paint because now my paintbrush starting to have a lot of water in it. See, when this gets to that point, it's time to reload water. So take water again and load, turn, and load. It's always like a circle. But my circle, I don't do a complete circle. See, I go, but you don't see a complete circle. I'm going to do the dark, and then I'm going to go into the medium. So here we go. So I'll do some straight ones. Load again. Go back here. And it doesn't have to hide the back because the other one here, it doesn't. It doesn't hide. Reload again in the water, the paint. And here we go. Make sure that's high enough and that some goes sideways like that. See, I'm not starting at the bottom here. I'm up here. Same thing here. Oh, look at that. I like that one. What's going to happen here, it's going to hide pretty much all of it once we do the different colors of blade grass. So go back into your paint. And here we go. Very light pressure. And sometimes it's doing a thick blade because I'm pressing a little bit harder. See, so now I'm starting to go down. And I'm kind of moving everywhere because you don't want to see the layers of the grass. See, they're kind of all over. So that's what you want. I don't want a line saying, okay, this is this is like that, and like this. So I'm moving all over the place. Now I picked up some light. I don't know how it's gonna, if I'm gonna see, oops. I picked up a dash of white. So see, I'm liking the contrast. So I'm gonna do a little bit of the medium green. You know, grass is not straight, so that's why it's fun to do that. And then we're gonna do the flowers. The flowers are all done by palette knife. So I used 2 brushes here. The little one I showed you, and the rest is palette knife. Because I find with the palette knives, you have less control, so the things look more natural. Okay, I'm going back into the dark. Bring some dark here. See how I'm going in a circle when I can touch the canvas? See, I'm hiding. And we're going to keep adding so that it creates like grasses we see when we're out there. So I'm not thinking, I'm just doing. So I'm still loading in the dark. So it's fun because look, I'm creating little blades of grass, and then sometimes they're thick blades of grass. Okay, here we go. Load again. Whoops, curly ones. Reloading again. Always in the water first. And here we go. See, when they're too dark, I'll just go over them. This nature is not perfect. So here we go. Load again. I'm gonna start, yeah, at the bottom now. Add some grass there. This is, well, it's long and it's not long. See how we see the orange? That to me is adding a dimension because it's like flowers hiding in the back. So that's why it's fun that we don't hide everything. Just keep going. And then I'm gonna remember that I'm gonna go put some lighter ones on top, so this dark might not be that dark once I'm done. Go up. So I'm going into the medium brown, green. It doesn't show medium very much because I still have dark in my brush. I didn't wash the dark off. And now I'm going to judge what I need. Do I need medium? Do I need dark? It'll be what your canvas tells you. You're going to decide, because we don't paint the same, so you might not have the same effect as I have. Going back into the medium. Didn't wash my brush yet. Didn't take the dark out. So I'm going back and forth. Hi, Holly. And here we go. I'm going to go do some here. There too. And you see, oh, there's another big blade of grass, which is fine. Reload your brush. And here we go. And also the flowers, when we add the flowers, they will hide a lot of stuff. Not like we're putting a million flowers, but I'll put what I want to put, and you guys will judge by your painting. See how it's getting? Now we're seeing a lot of grass. I'm reloading in the light. Water always in my brush. I'm always reloading with water. Here I'm going to go put a lot, because I find that I didn't put much there. Put some here. And it doesn't have to always go the same way. And look what just happened. Look, I went over this, which gives me dimension. So that's why you don't always have to go the same way, because it'll give you dimensions. I'm gonna keep reloading in the medium. See, now it's starting to get fuller. I could have put dark here when we started with the palette knife instead. I could have done that, but I wanted to play with those colors, with the medium green, and I wanted the background lighter. I'm going to put some thicker grass blades here. I'm doing this on purpose. See how it fills up my canvas better? So it gives me a little background a bit. And it also gives us the effect that this is closer than that, because the blades are thicker. So I'm reloading, always in my water first. I'm going to go back with, see how this is nice? So I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to put back my the light green that I've put in the background here. Because we're going to use it. I'm going to make flowers too. And so I want to go over. I'm going to wash my brush this time. Start with clean water. And go in here. So I'm going to dip and put a lot of water. And roll it and really load good. So now again, reload. And I'm adding just another dimension. And reload again. And this one here, look what happens when you go over what you've already done. I'm gonna go in. There's lots of water on my palette. Go in it too. I think I'm not loading enough of the green. So load and turn, load your brush, turn it so that it holds a lot of paint. And let's do it. See? I like that when I'm hide. I don't want my canvas to be like really just dark green. I'm reloading, turning, and loading. And here, I want to lighten that up. Lighten that up. Okay, I think we're going to start doing flowers. We can always add more grass, but the flowers will lighten everything up. So now we have all the colors that we need already on our palette to do the flowers. So I'm going to show you. And everything is put lightly with this palette knife. It goes great. And this is where if you shake, it's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so when you start, look, I barely have any paint, and even that's a bit too much. I took some off. See how there's barely any paint here, and that's what you want. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to start at the bottom, and because there's yellow here, I might have to change the color. I think I'm going to have to change the color. But you see what it does? I'm going to go into maybe the orange instead. Same thing. Same thing. Barely any paint. You see? And I'm going to go over it. I'm going to put something else. And barely touching. And they're all wildflowers, guys. So, and then I clean this up on my newspaper that I have on my table. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put white, and I'm gonna also always barely put any white, any color. So I'm gonna go here, and I have some orange in it. You see how I shake and how. Look what that did. Take my finger and then I'll go over it. This is okay. Might have enough paint to go do another flower. And I'm wiping it as I go because I don't want to get dry chunks on it. So I'm going back into my white. Barely any paint. And very touching it very lightly. Like I'm barely. And I'm going to start going everywhere. Go reload a bit with the white. Not too much. And I'm going to go put flowers here and there. And look how I'm shaking. That's how I did the other one. A bit of white, too much. A little bit of white. And here I go again. Because these are wildflowers. My first one I did big flowers and I ended up hiding them with the grass. Because I thought, look, when we're going to go, if it's too big, we're going to go hide it. And I'm going to go like that. I'm putting some everywhere. So now I'm going to change color because by changing color and putting some here and there, I'm going to see what's missing after. You have to do that. You can't say, okay, I'm done with the white. You're going to go back and forth. I'm going into the purple. And I want to put some purple here. So I'm going to start at the bottom because I have lots of paint, and I'm just going to go up. See, there we go. Going to reload again. And hi Sandy. In the wild, flowers are in clumps, so I'm going to do more than one. So I'm going to go here, and it won't be perfect. I'm not trying to do it perfect, and it doesn't have to be the same length. The purple is there. I'm reloading the purple. I'm going to do a third one. I'm going to do it lower. This one's been broken up by the wind. I'm going to go do purple on that side because I find it pleasing to the eyes to do, kind of balance it out. It's not like that really in nature, but I felt that I liked it that way. So I'm going at the bottom of the flower, and I'm going up. I'm going to tap it because I don't want it even. Oh. It's okay. I'm going to go here, so I'm going to go down. The more you shake, the better your flowers are. Well, now I'm finding it a little bit thick. Wet your finger, wipe it off. And I don't take water when I wipe things off because I find the water, it's too much on your finger. So I just put it in my mouth, and it's my finger. I know where it's been, and I just wipe it. So now I want a third one, and I think I'm just going to go right here. So I don't have to go in on where there's a stem of grass. It doesn't have to. You don't have to see it. Here we go. And now I'm going to go put little purple flowers everywhere. Just wherever it needs to go. And you see, it's not perfect because what's going to happen with a palette knife, you're going to be creating little creatures because the way it's your palette knife did, it might do a butterfly, dragonfly. It doesn't have to be dark, their colors, your flowers. Some I don't like when they're perfect like that. I'm just going to go over, and I'm going to go put some blades of grass over it to show you if that happens to you, how you can hide it. Because I'm going to go here, here. Doesn't have to be all the same kind of flower. Can be little flowers, big flowers. See, and I didn't even have to blow dry. So, pretty cool. And then here, can have some there. See, your palette knife, you can use it any which way you want. Sometimes it's on its side, sometimes it's like that. I just and what I like to do also, take a little bit of paint and just go like that, fast. Because when you go fast, you're not thinking. You're not planning. Because in the wild, flowers are not planned. They just grow wherever. And that's what you want to do. You want to get that feeling. And they don't have to be all big. They just need to have a little touch. See? So now I'm going to go into my pink. That pink, like that bubble pink, see how much I have? Well, that's too much. So let's take some off. And I'm going to go, I'm just going to start doing the little ones. Oops, big one. See, it can be little clumps like that, as it can be a big flower. Because we need big flowers. We need it for the butterflies. We need it for at least one fairy to go sit on the flower. So the flower's got to be a little bit, you know, I need at least a couple. So here we go, doing that. Let's go around. Moving, 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 moving. Okay, a little bit more, a tad more. Like I say, that pink is very like bubblegum pink, so you got to be careful to not overdo it because it's gonna like overtake your painting. But because I'm doing little clumps and it feels like, you know, I'm doing little flowers. See, this almost created a butterfly. I want to show you. Look in this one. Look close, 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 close. And right there, there's a bird. I didn't do that. My palette knife did that. It was not planned. So that's what's kind of cool. Going back in our yellow. Oh, actually, we didn't even use yellow yet. So let's go do yellow. Let's go do, let's start anywhere. I want some to pop. It's all about how your eye sees it. Reloading again. Barely any paint. And I'm gonna go like that. The more you shake, the better this is. See how it's starting to look like wildflower garden? And I'm hiding some of the grass blades and just putting it anywhere. Okay, I'm not thinking, just going. Okay, so here I'm gonna go like that. Yeah. Create one, and I'm just going to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to create another tall one. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like that, barely touching, and like that. You see it because I'm yellow against the pink. So you gotta watch that because of your background. I'm gonna put one that goes like that almost. So here we go, going up and like that. I'm still not done with my yellows. I keep going. Oh, it didn't pick up enough. So here, I'm gonna go hide where the blades are. Oh, do you see that? Look, there's like a little creature, a little bug here. So I'm gonna be careful not to hide that little bug. I'm kind of putting the colors everywhere. Not thinking, just going over. And going over. I don't think we only put orange up there, so we're gonna put some orange. Because I want more flowers than this. We gotta think also that we gotta leave like spaces for the fairies. So I'm gonna go here. It's okay if you go on the edge like that. Time to reload. See, this is getting dry, so I'm going to clean that up. Picking always, 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 guys, a little bit of paint. Okay, so see, I'm going to hide that. Barely touching. Barely touching. And I'm going to hide that. It's always barely touching. And I'm just going here and there. Because my canvas is big, I'm putting I want a lot of wildflowers. Because when we look at, where there's wild in the grass, dans le champ, we see a lot of, you see a lot of flowers. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to probably put some more purple up there, more white. I'm going to go like that. I'm still in the orange because I kind of like that orange. Very light. Going. Oops. Okay, well that's a bit too big for my teeth. My finger. And there. That will stay just like that. Doesn't have to be dark. It's just a distant flower. Oh, be careful. My little bug there. Not to lose my little bug. This here needs something. Okay, wipe. I'm going to go put the light blue. It'll cut out. I'm going to go put the light blue on. There's so, I'm using all the colors of our background to do the flowers. So that's why I can put lots of flowers. Okay, so let me go here. Let's start. And I'm just going everywhere. This looks kind of like a bug. I'm going to make something out of that. Okay, here we go. Keep going everywhere. Also, always, always, not too much paint, very little paint. Okay, keep going. You want it everywhere, so let's keep adding the flowers. See like what I did there? That's okay because it's a wildflower. I'm gonna fill some of those spots. And I still have another color to go, and then we'll decide, if there's spots that we want to fill up, we will. I guess I'm working on a bigger, I know some of yous are working on bigger canvases too. See how the mix is starting, how it's starting to look like a wild field. I'm going to put that on the edge here so that I can go down here too. See, the trick is to not stay in one spot, is to go. Go, go, go. I'll put some here. I like to have a little bit of everything. Now I'm going to switch to that aqua color. So I'm going to go. I kind of like that aqua color. So I'm going to do that. Do it here. And go everywhere. I don't have to go even. See, there's no grass, blades of grass here. That's okay. It doesn't have to. This is not like a it's a free-flowing painting. There's no rules. Okay, I'm gonna go this side. Change your palette knife direction the way you work so that your flowers are not all made the same. And they can go one on top of the other. That's okay if it happens. Reload again. So I'm going here. I'm going to go over that one. Look at that. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over that one. So it's going to create a flower within the flower on top of the other. Not hide them all because we need some for the fairies. So I'm going to put more white. I feel like there's not enough white. So I'm going to reload my white and just go and add some white. I don't want dots. I don't want wildflowers. And they don't have to go to the top of the blade. It's no rules. Okay, we're almost done with the flowers. Because we're going to go add our little creatures. Just here I find that it doesn't really pop. Here it's dark. That corner is dark. Hello, Yannick. So that corner here is dark. So I'm going to go just add a little bit here. I'm going to turn so that I can get the white. Some white here. See, it's all playing with it where you see that you're missing a pop of color. That's what you wanted. That's where you want to add it. Sorry, I got to drink water. I'm going to stop for a minute and drink some water. Last time I didn't drink water and I found that I was very tired once I was done because I didn't take a sip of water. Okay. Oh, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm taking a sip of water and look at it. Well, that's pretty colorful. Okay, let's do fairies. I'm going to show you on another canvas how to do a fairy, how I do fairies. It's like doing a dragonfly, okay? So this is my head. This is the body, the little butt, and the legs. I add 2 wings and just a little chest. And then I'm going to add, shape a little bit. That's my fairy. That's how I did all my fairies. Thanks, Sylvie. So, and even I can put a little bigger butt. Seems like my fairies all have a big butt. See how it looks like a fairy and I didn't do much. Maybe the chest a little bit more, but that is something you can play with. Now that you know how to do a fairy. That's how they're done. So let's start. My paintbrush is in green, so I'm going to do a green fairy. Maybe it's better for you guys if I do that. So here's the head. I'm going to do a bigger fairy. Her body. Going to do the butt. And the legs. I want to finish the legs and the point. A little chest. And a little tuck. And 2 wings. And this is, I'll pretend it's Tinkerbell. So she has a smaller wing at the bottom. So, fairy number 1. So all the fairies are done that way, and some I'll put that they're bent down, some, you know, different shapes so that it doesn't like always look like I'm doing the same fairy. So we're gonna do one over. I like to here, right over here. I'll do one, and I'll put her bending. Can you see it? Yeah, bending down. So her head will be here. I think I have too much water because I rinsed, so I'll reload. See how much paint? Will depend on you, and I'm going very lightly so I don't have a big blob. So, you see, okay. So I'll do the head, a little tuck for the behind the leg, the head, the body, a little chest, a little butt, and there we go. 2 wings. It's just, or a little arm, whatever. Well, her, she's going to have 2 legs. Okay. So here's my little fairy. And I'm going to do different colors and go around and, you know, go from one color to the other and all the time. So I'll keep playing with the colors. So I'm going to go into my purple. Same thing. I'm loading, like doing a big load. And now I'm going to go put, one's flying like that, one's flying like that. Right here, I want her to be over. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to bring it close so that you guys see. There, her body, her little butt. And I'll have her legs coming down. And just like that. Her butt. And her wings. They want to always be perfect. Sometimes they'll look weird a little bit. Like this one, what I'm going to do is make some little arms. See, I feel like she doesn't have a... So that'll be my little alien fairy. I'm not correcting her because they're all different. She looks like a rabbit fairy, actually. Okay. So I'm going to show you the original painting. Okay, so I'm trying to do fairies, butterfly, dragonfly, butterfly, bees. And I'm going to show you something that I did yesterday when I redid mine. Is I did butterflies, a ton of butterflies. So butterflies, you see, butterflies is 1 wing, 2 wing. Butterfly is done. Doesn't have to have a body because it's sitting on the flower. I'm going to do a fairy. I'm going to do a fairy right here that's flying up. Okay? So she's, and it doesn't have to be all the same size, the fairies. So here we go. A little body and a wing and a wing. Actually, it could be a dragonfly. So this is a dragonfly. See, so it's just a line, a head, a ball, and two. And you don't see it very much, but if I take a tad, a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of white, I can just go do a little highlight. So she's, you see how now it pops? So it's easy. Yes, they're in motion. They are either hovering or they're in motion. So there's movement in here. And you'll see when we do the bees are also in motion. Everything's in motion. So now I'm going to take my aqua and I'm going to go do a fairy. I think I'm going to go in my grass. I'm going to go. You have to pick and choose where it's going to show, because sometimes you'll do one and it won't show. No, that one won't show. Here it's going to show. So I'm going to do a fairy sitting on a flower. So it's a ball, a body, just her little chest, her legs coming up and coming down, and wings. Oops, her chest is pretty big, very busty. Oh, you know what? Look, it ended up being like a different, because the fairies are not all the same. They're not the same shape. I'm just going to re-add a touch, thicker, so that we can see her better. Her little butt on the flower, her legs coming down and down. So there's that fairy. I want to do a white fairy because they pop. So I'm going to do a white fairy. I want to make sure that right here. So I'm going to do that one that's going that way. And I can do her like that. Sometimes you want to do a little one, but you've got so much paint on your paintbrush that you end up doing a big one. She's also in motion. A little tuck. I like to put kind of a little tuck for her hair. And there we go. And it's very different from the first one I did because it's not the same painting. And what I'm going to do is, I got that green, I've got orange, pink. I'll do a pink here, like here. I'm going to go do a butterfly, I think. Got to be careful so you don't put your hand where it's already wet. So butterfly, I'm just going to do this, a body. Oh, body should be on the other side. So body should be like that. So I can put my wings on the other side. And butterfly wings, and look what I'm going to do. And since it has that. And there's a little butterfly. Like nothing needs to be perfect. When you see it, you'll know. Oh, you'll say, "Oh, I know that's a butterfly or it's a fairy." Fairies are very obvious. I'm gonna do one here, and I think I'll go pink. Oh yeah, yellow. I'm gonna go yellow here. And I'm going to go do it that way. I'm going to make sure you see me. So, and the body, a little butt, some legs, and some wings. See, what I'm going to do after that is I'm just going to go put another layer of color on top. Just yellow so that I can see it more. But for the purpose of this, to show you where I put my fairies and how they're done, that's all I'm going to do. And after the video, I'm just going to go put back thicker paint. Or actually, probably I could have done it right off the bat. It's thicker paint. Well, not that thick actually. I'm getting blobs. Here we go. like that. And her. So there we go. We have that little fairy. Let's go do butterfly. The bees. Let's go do some bees. Okay? The bees are a lot of fun. Bees are very easy. So I'm going to put a bee right over here. So the bee is just like curved. It's a curved body. See, that's the tail. So I put all my yellow first. And this is straight. It's just like, it's like almost a top of a flower. Do you see that? It's just like a top of flower. So I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to put some black on my palette. Don't need much black, guys. Just almost like a drop of black. I'm going to load my black. Load my black. And I'm going to put the, kind of like the face. A little dart. This, and then the body. Like that. And in the middle it has black. Put the little legs like this, like that. And the hind legs are longer. And the wings. Okay, the wings though, hopefully it's gonna turn out good because so it's curvy. And the second wing, that's kind of, so that's a bee. And we're going to do bees, and then actually I'm going to complete one bee completely, and I'm going to show you. So I take a bit of yellow and some orange. I'm going to go put a little dimension. So at the top here, I'm just going to go put some orange. And then I'm going to take my yellow. And I'm going to go put, do you guys see that? I'm going to go put back a dot of yellow. And look, my bee has dimensions. And don't forget, her paw, her little legs are full of pollen. So there we go. That's the first bee. So now I'm going to decide. I want 5 bees. 5 is a odd number, and when you decorate, it's 3 5s, and so we're going to do 5 bees. Don't forget to drink, guys. So I'm going to go do another bee. So I'm going to reload in my yellow. And my bees are going to go everywhere. They're not going the same direction. So I'm going to do one. This one's going to be tiny, guys. Like a little bee. So you're still going to see her. You're going to know. So there we go. And she's going that way. So I'm going into my black. I'm doing the head. A little bit. The body. And that little curve here. And under too, they're black. So I'm just going to go add the under her body, her belly. So now, oh, I should have stayed in my black. Okay, I'm going back into my black. Going back into my black. Adding, this doesn't matter. I don't need to have the exact amount of legs. So I'm going to do, I hope you see this. Okay, do you see? Okay, so I'm standing up to do the wings. So like that. There we go. So that's done. And just a little other leg here. The legs are a little bit dark, but we're going to add we're going to add pollen to it. Okay, we're into the orange now. I'm going to take yellow and a tad of orange. Well, she's so little, you barely see. That's too much orange. So I'm going to go on the other side. Going to go back in my yellow. And just going to go add the yellow back. And I'm going to put some pollen on her legs. So do you see that? Because it's far away, you know, your eye knows that it's a bee. It doesn't have to be a perfect bee. Okay, we're going to go, I like here the purple. I find that it would, my other bee, no, I'm going to go here. Here for my next bee. I'm going to do a medium bee. And that one is going that way. It's going this way. So my black. I didn't even clean my brush this time. I'm just going to try that, see how it goes. And, okay, this is harder for me because I want you guys to see. Trying, the trick is not to press too hard. And some legs. The smaller they are, the harder they are to do, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go into the yellow and orange. A little tad. Not too much. Like that, like that, like that. In the yellow. And the yellow. There's another bee and a little pollen. You can do the pollen too with your tracing tool if you have a tracing tool, because it's just little dots. Here we go. Now we're going to do a bigger bee here, right there. So I'm going to go into my yellow. I'm going to have to reload some yellow. Oh, this bee is going to go up, okay? So I'm going to go like that this time. Hello, Natasha. Hello, Julie. So we're going to do the bee going up. So her body's almost the same, just at the end here. Her head is little, then it's wider here and there. So I'm going to go clean my brush. I could have went straight into the black. Do a little head here. Just do the black. And do this. This time her legs are on the side because she's flying up. So let's go like that. And this longer. Might not be where they're supposed to be. It doesn't matter. And this one here. And the wings. I want to make the wings like curvy. I don't have much black in my brush, which is exactly what I want. And this. And look, a flying away bee. I'm going to use the orange again so I can do a little, give it a little, well, that's too much. Like, use barely any orange, guys. And I'm going to go here. Just add a tiny bit of dimension. Actually, it could be on the side, but I don't want to lose the... Here you go. Now I'm gonna take the tracing tool. This is a tracing tool, guys, has two ends, different sizes. I'm gonna take the little tip. I'm gonna put it in my yellow, and I'm gonna go do the pollen. Because when they fly away, they are so full of pollen, they have a hard time, flying away. I've seen them in my flowers fall asleep. There you go. We have a bee that's flying away. And I'm going to just go put a little bit of yellow back here, back there, and here. So we have a little bee full of pollen flying away. Now we're going to do another one. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. Nope, I'm going to put it here. Right there. Right there. See how it goes? I need yellow. I'm trying to fill some spots that I have on my canvas. I have my heater on and it's getting hot in my room. So let's go. Because I see there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. I could have it here, I could have it there, and I think I'm gonna put it there. It's just gonna, oh, here we go. I found that spot. And this one, I'm gonna make it go that way. So there's the body. I'm gonna put more yellow. Oh, here we go. Much better. And see how it is. So that's okay. Dip in my black. Do a little bit here, there, and there. And okay, the wings are tricky for me when I'm positioned this way, because I want, okay, let's see if I can do that. Do you see? Okay, like that. And then the second wing, like that. There we go. And then we're going to do some legs. I think it has like 6 legs. So there we go. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to go into my little tool. And I'm going to put some pollen on the legs. Here we go. And we're going to go put that orange. I'm going to go into the yellow first and a tad. I didn't pick any up. A tad of orange. I'm just going to go on top here. See, because I have my black is not dry, I went right into my black. So I'm going to go retouch. There we go. So another bee. So now how is that looking? There's something missing here. So I'm going to go put a butterfly here. There's one there. Oh wait, I'm going to go put, what did I have there? There I had a little, I'm aiming for white. I don't know. I have white here. Just going to put this one, pop a little bit more so that I can see what color do I need there. Or do I actually need something? Let's do a dragonfly. We don't have a dragon. We have a dragonfly here. Let's do a dark green. Let's do a dark green fairy. So a dark green fairy. That one, I'm gonna have it go up. Okay, so let's go like that. So her head, it's almost gonna be like a dragonfly almost, because we're seeing her from behind. So there's her wings. My green is very watery from doing the grass. Here we go. Oh, actually, you know what? Look, I'm just gonna make her with big wings. Like big wings so she won't look like a dragonfly. And go pointy here, pointy there, and there we go. So that's my fairy. So let's do fairies at the bottom here. So we'll do one flying. Another dark green. This one, she's just flying around. She's not very big. A little tiny fairy. See, very, very, very tiny fairy. We're gonna let's do some butterflies. So on the yellow flower here, because I have dark green, I'm gonna do a dark green butterfly. So there we go. There's a dark green butterfly. I'm gonna go do on the purple, I'm gonna go do another butterfly. I'm gonna put a lot of butterflies. And here, another butterfly. Because it just fills up your canvas. And it just makes it prettier. So I'm gonna add an orange butterfly here. I have lots of paint because I want to do it one stroke. I don't want to do 2 or 3 strokes. So a wing and another wing. Here we go. I'm gonna do a tiny little one here. So what do you think, guys? We did a dragonfly. I'm gonna do a dragonfly holding on a blade of grass to show you how that's done. I'm gonna use this lime green. So I'm gonna do it where there's a spot where it's gonna show right over here. So no, there's one there. Right here's not gonna show. And you know what? Then it's not gonna be that color, because I want to show you how that looks. So if I go here, I'm gonna go purple, because for you guys are gonna see that. So okay, so the dragonfly has a head. Almost, it's like a fairy almost. Has a body. Has like it seems like some have a trunk, and her tail, it's going almost in like that. It has little arms. Hard to do because I have a lot of paint. I want you to see. And then just 2 wings, because we don't see the rest. And the wings are almost the same. So that's a dragonfly holding on. And you can do multiple dragonflies like that all around. But it's so busy, I find that I don't actually need too much more. There's something that I'd like to add over here. And I think I will do a different kind of butterfly that we haven't seen yet. And I'm going to do, I need a color that's going to pop. So I'm going to use that lime green. Like her. We did do that butterfly. So this one I'm going to do that way again. That way. I'm going to take some white so that the wings show. Oops. I took some white and I'm gonna go do, I want to do like, you see that, guys? Yeah. Okay. Just wings like that. And then going down. Well, she's just different. And then for her body, I'll do that also. And it's just a different creature. Like, I had a spot there. Well, guys, I think that's it. Because it's really full. It's flashy. Mine's a little bit darker. See, this is the original. See how they are different, and how I don't paint twice the same. It's going to be different all the time. The background's a little bit darker on this one than it is on this one. It depends of the day, and I cannot recreate my own stuff. So don't try to recreate it. So, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. So, bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Enjoy. Bye.